This is Raider News Update with Bianca DiMaria and Jasmine Charles with the news, Tyler Hubbard with Arts and Entertainment, and Jody Cornwell with sports. And now, from Studio B at Scotch Plains Fanwood High School, Bianca DiMaria and Jasmine Charles.
Welcome to the Period 4-5 edition of Raider News Update. I'm Bianca DiMaria.
And I'm Jasmine Charles. Sales have been declining in teenage apparel stores due to the high unemployment rates in the teenage demographic. In addition, teenagers apparently prefer shopping online rather than in stores. Apparel stores such as Wet Seal, American Eagle, Abercrombie are expected to decline 6.4% in sales this year in 2014. Also, analysts conclude that teenagers have bigger priorities than purchasing clothes in stores, such as doing schoolwork or using social media.
This past week, SPFHS has been on spring break. Let's go on location with some of the students to see how it went.
I went for 6 days to Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic over spring break.
I went to Florida on spring break to spend time with my family.
I went to Colorado. On spring break, I went to Naples, Florida.
According to an article in The Week, new research is casting doubt on the claim that saturated fats should be avoided in healthy diets. The fats found in meat, butter, and cheese may not lead to an increased risk of heart disease, according to the New York Times. In addition, researchers found no firm evidence that unsaturated fats such as omega-3 fatty acids in salmon reduce heart disease rates. Taken together, the findings further muddy the waters on the ongoing debate about what is best to eat.
In spring 2016, the SATs will now be more focused and useful than ever. There will be an optional essay and 45 minutes less time to take the test. There will be a point for every correct answer you get and a no deduction for any incorrect answers, and blank responses will have no impact on your score. Currently, the essay you have to take is in 25 minutes and is mandatory. Now, the essay is optional and you have to take it in 50 minutes. Instead of on a scale from 600 to 2,400 points, it's now 400 to 1,600 points. Right now, there are 180 questions on the SATs, and in 2016, there will only be 153. 2016 will be the first year to try this new SAT test. And now let's go to Arts and Entertainment with Tyler.
Thanks, Bianca. The top 5 songs of this week are number 5, Let It Go by Indina Menzel, number 4, Talk Dirty by Jason Derulo, number 3, Dark Horse by Katy Perry, number 2, All of Me by John Legend, and number 1, we have Happy by Pharrell. The top 5 movies of this week are number 5, A Haunted House 2, number 4, Transcendence, number 3, Rio 2, number 2, Heaven is for Real, and number 1, we have Captain America, the Winter Soldier. Let's see some highlights from this year's District Art Show. With the summer closely approaching, music festival season has begun. This is the one time of year that music enthusiasts across the country can gather to see their favorite bands live while having fun in what can be considered the Woodstock of the 21st century. Alternative or indie music dominates the scene, with bands such as the Arctic Monkeys, Arcade Fire, Vampire Weekend, Lorde, and many more performing live. While the original music festival, Woodstock, was held in Bethel, New York back in 1969, many popular music festivals such as Coachella and Lollapalooza are held further west in Illinois and California. While tickets for these festivals are not cheap, with general admission passes to Coachella starting at $375, fans can still keep up with the action by going to the Coachella YouTube channel and streaming their favorite events live. Now let's go to Critics Corner.
We both love this movie, but for the wrong reasons.
Today, we're reviewing what's widely revered as the worst movie ever made, Plan 9 from Outer Space.
They come from the bowels of hell, a transformed race of walking dead, zombies guided by a master plan for complete domination of the earth.
This movie is so horrible. The sets are bad, the acting is bad. Halfway through the movie, the main actor actually died, and they covered it up by another actor just holding his face so you can't actually see it. It is so horrible, this movie, but it is so funny, some of the stuff, and like, there's no way to explain it, but it's a bad, funny movie. Like, it's a bad movie, but it's actually really funny to watch.
No! Stop it, Dennis! I can't get it, it's jammed! Stop it, you fool!
So, as Matt said, this movie kind of transcends bad sci-fi movies. This was a classic, and I say classic with the biggest air quotes I can, by director Ed Wood, and the main character that Matt was talking about, who died partway through shooting, was actually famed Dracula actor Bela Lugosi, which he really didn't do too much after Dracula, so that's why. But this movie is so unmistakably bad. The production value is so low. It kind of crosses into like Trolls 2 territory, into like The Room, where it is so awful, and where like movies like The Room, some people have been like, oh, well, did he mean it for it to be that awful? This was not meant to be this bad, but it doesn't even matter because it's still it's great for being so horrible.
What earthly power can stop this terror?
I give this movie 1 out of 5 stars. That 1 star, that movie's lucky that it got 1 star, and it's only because it is funny for being bad. Phil?
Just because it gave Bela Lugosi kind of a last round film to do, and because it does transcend bad movie, the bad movie category, I'm actually giving this a 2 out of 5 stars, which actually, if you look back, it ties my rating for James Cameron's Avatar, purely for enjoyment reasons.
Next week, we review one of the best movies of all time, The Wizard of Oz. We're off to see The Wizard.
The Wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Now let's go to Weekly Preview.
Hi, welcome to Weekly Preview. I'm Michaela.
And I'm Stephanie.
On Thursday, May 1st, the boys varsity baseball team goes against Linden at Linden High School at 4 p.m. On Friday, May 2nd, is junior prom at the Westwood.
Upcoming movies for this week include The Amazing Spider-Man 2, starring Andrew Garfield, and Walk of Shame, starring Elizabeth Banks, both hit theaters on May 2nd.
Now back to the studio.
And now let's go to sports with Dan Van Brunt filling in for Jody Cornwell.
Thanks, Jasmine. The boys lacrosse team had their first annual Coles Cup, a game honoring Cole Weber's successful battle with cancer. The boys played Cranford, their rivals, and won 9-8 in overtime.
Senior varsity lacrosse player Sean Duthie. So Sean, can you tell me how the season's going so far?
Season's going great. We've had our ups and downs, but overall it's a really great season.
Okay, so what's the record so far for you guys?
Right now we're 8-2, and we just won our game yesterday against New Providence.
Awesome. So what are your goals for the rest of the season?
Well, I would really like to win a division championship this year, and even possibly a state championship because we're looking really good so far.
Okay, cool. Now back to the studio.
The girls lacrosse team, however, had a tough loss against Mahwah yesterday, April 21st at home.
Hi, I'm on location with Laura Russell, member of our varsity lacrosse team. So, Laura, how's the season been going so far?
Honestly, we'd probably like to see it much better. We don't have the best record right now, but I don't think that our record speaks for how we've been playing.
So, how many games do you have left?
I think 8 or 9 more games.
Do you have a game today or coming up?
Yeah, we have a game today. We're ready to take on Morristown. It's going to be a pretty challenging game, but I think we can take them.
Also on April 21st, varsity baseball played a close game against Watchung Hills. Sophomore Tyler O'Brien hit a run, causing the Raiders to win 5-4 with a walk-off in the bottom of the 8th inning. That wraps it up for sports. Now back to Bianca and Jasmine.
And now let's go to Car of the Week.
Lonely Island, we got the whole family here. Time to meet the crew, y'all. My name is Swarm, you can call me Jay August. Ride around town, bumping Fuji's in the Taurus. Yo, I'm Artemis Prime.
I'm Cameron Smith, and I'm here with Matt Perper's Car of the Week. So, Matt, what type of car is it?
This is a Honda CR-V, 2012.
Who do you like to drive around with this car?
Usually my friends, sometimes my little brother.
Right now we're at the trunk, so Matt, how's the trunk space?
Trunk space is pretty big. You can tell right now.
So right now we're in the inside of Matt's car, so Matt, what are some of the features of this?
Well, some features are, I've got a rear view camera whenever it's in reverse, right there. Got a fisheye. It's got all-wheel drive, and yeah.
Some nice features, man. So what type of music do you like to listen to in here?
I like to listen to some smooth jazz.
Nice, man. Where do you like to go in this car?
Usually friends' houses. I like to take long road trips to, like, I don't know, like the beach.
And now let's go to this week's weather with Stormy Stephanie.
Hi, I'm Stormy Steph, and this week's weather is on Monday will be partly cloudy. On Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday will be raining, and it will be in the low 60s. Now back to the studio.
That wraps it up for Period 4-5 edition of Raider News Update.
Be sure to tune in next week for Period 7-8's edition.